Breaking news, folks. The United States of America has just dropped the biggest bombshell on crypto taxation. I will be covering all of this in depth. I will be reading particular quotes that I think are useful to you. And if you're a user of MetaMask, if you're a user of Trust Wallet, if you use Uniswap, if you use PancakeSwap, if you trade in DeFi, well, this video is for you because your trading will be impacted, and this is how. What is the proposal? The US Treasury wants crypto brokers such as exchanges and payment processors to report users' digital assets, sales, and exchanges to the IRS. A new tax form called the 1099-DA. As you can see in the screenshot right here, folks, it says to require brokers to report on digital asset sales. Well, folks, there you have it. Brokers are going to need to report what is going on their exchange, whether it's buys or sells. And this will be reported to the IRS directly, folks. So if you think you're safe from taxes, well, the IRS is going to be coming and they're going to come to collect. Folks, what is the purpose of this rule? It is simply put to make it easier to calculate crypto's users and their taxes. And when you do this, you're able to capture the data in a more uniform fashion. This ensures crypto brokers report information just like stocks or bond brokers do. With that being said, the reason why this is happening is because there are too many people using crypto as a loophole to make vast sums of money, run away with the bags, and not pay their fair share to the United States of America, aka Uncle Sam. As you can see here, folks, on a screenshot, maintaining sufficient control or influence over the provided facilitative services so as to have the ability to determine customers' identities or the nature of transactions. If that person has the ability to change the fees charged for the facilitative services. Alright, folks, we all love DeFi, we all love crypto because you can stay anonymous, right? But now, this veil is being lifted, folks. And the reason why is because these brokers, they want to get into the game. Prior to this, you only had Robinhood and Webull, and they only trade the largest cryptos such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. But all the DeFi stuff, well, that is still the wild, wild west. And most importantly, the IRS taxation is not getting filled up. The reason why this proposal is coming out is because cryptocurrency, it's here to stay. And it's now time to start collecting on it. Who is considered a broker? As you can see on the screenshot here, folks, these proposed regulations also clarify that the definition of broker for purposes of Section 6045 includes digital assets trading platforms, digital asset payment processors, certain digital asset hosted wallet providers, and persons who regularly offer to redeem digital assets that were created or issued by that person. So again, I ask you folks, who is a broker? Both centralized and decentralized trading platforms. Decentralized, Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Centralized, Robinhood, Webull, Binance. Crypto payment processors. Folks, everyone is going to be affected here. Some online wallets. And this most importantly covers cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, and non-fungible tokens. And it's very clear, folks, if you can create tokens, if you can create NFTs, well, you'll be considered a broker in this sense. So where did this requirement come from, folks? It seems to come out of left field, right? Well, it's coming from the $1 trillion in 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Job Acts. As we can see here, folks, on the screenshot, IRS, Agency, Internal Revenue Services. Based on existing authority, Infrastructure Investment and Job Acts will require brokers including digital assets trading platforms, digital asset payment processors, and certain digital asset hosted wallets to file information returns and furnish payee statements. This proposal aims to tighten tax reporting for digital asset brokers, and the key takeaway here is that these rules could generate roughly $28 billion over 10 years. So now you know why and what's the motivation of this new proposal. We do know that Medicaid and Medicare continues to grow every single year. We also know that Social Security, well, it's being drained away, folks. And these coffers need a way to replenish. And what's the newest kid on the block? Cryptocurrency. And my golly, does it look very lucrative? I would say yes. Another key point here is, when will this take effect, this proposal? As we can see on this screenshot right here, folks, that is under these proposed regulations, a broker providing custodial services for digital asset would be required to provide adjusted basis reporting for sales of digital assets effect on or after January 1st of 2026. What this means is that this proposal will be in effect by 2025 for the tax filing in 2026. So folks, this is coming sooner rather than later. Now, what does the cryptocurrency industry think as a whole about this, folks? What do they think? Supportive. Some believe that this will provide clarity and make it easier for crypto users to comply with the tax laws. And of course, as we know, there are critiques to every single proposal. And what do they say? Others argue that this proposal is confusing, especially for decentralized platforms which don't operate with traditional intermediaries. I would agree with the critiques here, folks, because this does become confusing, because when you trade on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, you can go from, say, a pinksale.com. From there, you go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap or whatever DeFi swapper you use, and then from there, your personal wallet, and then from there to another wallet to swap it out from, say, ETH to BNB or vice versa. So tracking this is going to be very confusing, because if you want to get a piece from Uniswap or PancakeSwap, that means that you are missing a ton of other transactions here, folks. And in order to get a clear picture, you need all the different pieces moving around, combine into one place, and then combine again to get a clear image of what you are doing. And that in itself can be a nightmare to do. Yeah, bots trading back and forth non-stop, doing AKA wash trading. To track all of this, you are definitely going to need some geniuses to come up with a system to encapsulate and to foresee into the future of what could potentially come. Because as you know, in cryptocurrency, there are tons of scams and there are tons of ways to recreate these scams. And in order for the tax law to keep up, well, they definitely need to keep up and have somebody on the floor chasing these things around, getting these rules and implementing it live. Because if you wait, then you're going to have lots of discrepancies to figure out in the future. Here we are, folks. Now we want to discuss potential entities affected by this. Okay, folks? For example, to enhance secure transactions, non-custodial trading platforms operators might process a transaction by communicating or providing software that will communicate with the wallets of buyers and sellers. Operators of non-custodial trading platforms may charge for some or all of these services, which may also include advertising or other services closely related to the facilitation of sales of digital assets. Well, folks, before I was telling you, you can go from here to here to here to here, back and forth, PinkSale, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, PinkSale. This whole movement of data going back and forth, every single one of these brokers, intermediaries, they all collect a fee. So you're going to have wallet providers such as MetaMask be affected by this. You are going to see decentralized exchanges like Uniswap also get affected. You're going to see smart contracts with multi-signature security. They might need new user identification rules. That means you are going to get doxxed. That means that we're going to go after the bad actors. You will see folks like Brian Legend get clawed back in by these new proposals here. And if they can trace it back to him and his wrongdoings, well, folks, people like him, these bad actors, they are going to get what's coming to them. Okay, folks, you got this far into the video. Now let's talk about some of the positives here, okay? On the bright side, mining operations, a significant part of the crypto industry, are generally excluded from the proposed changes. This means that if you are a current miner, this means that any of these rules, any of these proposals, they do not affect you and your day-to-day activity. So if you're a miner, kudos to you, man. That means Gala Films, Ethereum, all kinds of things you can mine. Dogecoin, everything is going to be business as usual, nothing affected. Next steps. The Treasury and IRS are open to feedback until October 30th. If you have something to say, go to the IRS and the Treasury, give them your opinions and feedback, and affect some change, folks. If you're quiet, shh, that means that when it happens, tough beans. You had your chance to say your piece and you didn't. Public hearings are scheduled for November 7th and 8th to discuss the proposal even further. This is Hey John. I hope you found this content very useful. If you did, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you all on the next one. Goodbye and take care.